Hi, I'm Marco and welcome to Bella Barista. Today is a bit of a new thing for us. We have a Sage machine here. I'm going to turn it on with my phone. Hopefully that will light up. Nice little chime as well. So yeah, we're going to be running through this and what the coffee snob in me thinks to this machine basically. I've seen some videos on this machine. It's a completely new machine to us, new product to us as well. We very much like the full-on commercial machines, the small form factor ones. This is a top end, I would say, almost professional kitchen appliance. But I just want to dive straight in and start making coffees. I'm going to use our lovely single origin Brazil Santo. So it's regenerative, organic Arabica coffee, high cup score. So I want to start with a real good coffee and we'll jump straight into how this machine dials in the coffee for you to make the recipe perfect. Okay, so when you get past the initial setup stage and add in the Wi-Fi and connecting your app, you are here at the drinks menu, and I'm just going to choose espresso. Roast on dates, obviously with coffee roasters, we've got nice fresh coffee. And this part is what has blown my mind. I've spent many years trying to explain to people over the phone how to dial in your coffee, and now we have an online guide built into this lovely touch display. So it's asking us about the grind size. So it's saying to start at 20, adjust to 25, and this is going to now try to predict and learn what is the best grind size for the coffee. So we've changed it to 25. We're going to use this double basket. Fill the bean hopper, we've just done that. Insert the portafilter handle. You can either press grind here or move the handle to the right. This is now going to dose, grind and tamp. And there's spinners in here as well that are also distributing the coffee. It's also detecting the size of the basket and how much dose of coffee that we're after. And it will learn as well during this process. Oh, but I've missed a step. It's wanting me to preheat a cup first. So we'll go here, add some hot water in. There we go. Place the portafilter handle into place. This is a nice little guide to explain to us what we're expecting. We don't want it too fast. Again, we want it somewhere more in the middle. After 7 or 8 seconds is a good extraction time. And then obviously if it's dripping even after 10 seconds, it's too slow. But believe me, this is taken so much time out of explaining this over the phone when customers have bought machines over the years. So we'll go to the next stage. I've just emptied the hot water anyway out the cup. So we want a double espresso, but you can change this to any size you want. And here we go. So this is his first attempt. It's going to learn from here, and then it will suggest a new grind size if it thinks it can improve on the recipe. So as you can see, we're probably wanting that to finish more in 25-30 seconds. So it's come through a bit too quick, and you watch now what it will do. So this coffee might taste a bit watery. We recommend reducing the grind size. So adjust, but it can even adjust for you. So let's just empty this. And here we go. So this is what it now predicts is the best grind size to get a lovely espresso. Amazing. Are we recording? Okay, so it's adjusted to 23. Also, that's what it predicts is going to be good for our coffee and for a good espresso. So this has been adjusted. We can change it if we want to. Maybe we could go even slightly slower. We can maybe decide 22 might be it, but it's doing this for you anyway. So now we go again, and this is where we make a nice coffee. Nice and simple, so it's grinding, figure out the dose. What I will do is I will use a set of scales and just see what the outcome is as well this time round. Place your cup under, nice and simple. There we go, 6 seconds before the coffee started to appear. So this looks like it's much more on track. And once this is 22 and this is the coffee you like, this is going to kind of be your ballpark number anyway. And we're getting close to 36 grams on the scales. Just popped over 38 grams, 27 seconds. Wow, you know, that's Gold Cup standard. Balanced pour, it understands what I've just said, which is pretty cool. That coffee looks great. Your machine is now brewing cafe quality coffee. Very smart. So that's that part done. We've got a lovely espresso. And if you can see this lovely tiger striping in there. So the next part is going to be the steam. I'm going to go to the steam milk part now because we've just made that lovely espresso. What I might do is, it was just prompting before, you might have seen it, you can do a double tap to purge the steam, you can double tap to purge your espresso, your brew, and you can even with the handle in double tap and it'll purge a bit of coffee if you're adjusting your grind level. So we're going to do the steam. On here, really clever, you can choose dairy, the temperature, and I'm going to drop that microphone down so it's a little bit tighter to 3. Go back to this. When you've got it, when you're happy with this, you can be steaming the milk first and then press your program shot as well. But yes, it's very intuitive and also tells you again the temperature of the milk that's steaming, that's currently dairy. So we've just zoomed out a bit, but check this out. We just finished the steaming, it's got up to 65 degrees, but look at this. It auto steams. How cool is that? So if you're anything like me, especially in the morning, and you're forgetful as you get to a certain age, that is a lovely feature. Here's the microphone, great glossy consistency. Just wake it up a bit. We're using cupping bowls because we're in the training academy at Barista. There we go. How simple is that? It's got a conical burr in there. It's actually a new Baratza one. Lovely flavour profile with a Santo, picking up lovely caramel, nutty, chocolatey tones to that coffee. Wonderful, really brought out the sweetness in that milk. It's a lovely microfoam texture. I can't understand how anyone can now not make a good coffee with this machine. So we just made a super shot. You're at home, you just made a nice double espresso, perfectly weighed in. And the next coffee is a single shot, I don't know, Oatly. Swap out the basket. Put the single basket in. And this is this auto tamp, and how it learns and it gives the right dose of coffee is something I'm still blown away with. So press that to start grinding. Grab a cup. It detects the basket, so then it will adjust the dose accordingly. There we go, so this is the single basket. I'm probably going to just change this down to this single shot here. I was going to show you the scale, but it might just be easy just to press the single shot. And there we go. Non-dairy, give it a bit of a shake up. So the coffee appeared after about 6 seconds, which was very good to see. Tracking a little bit longer, but we've certainly got less volume of coffee out this time. (35–36 seconds, but just 20 grams of coffee. So it's a smaller dose, and we've switched baskets. It will probably learn from that, but I'm going to just change this now. I want you to see how you can then change the milk from dairy to oat, almond, so all these non-dairy options as well. I'm probably going to bump up this to like a 6 on here. Bingo. So switching between a double dose and a single dose, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's so easy to do on this machine. So when you've got family and friends around and you've got to make different coffees with this recipe, that menu I will show you later, it's all of a sudden going to become really easy to do any coffee for anyone. So almost there at the temperature. There we go. Little chime to say it's done. The purge, which I love. There we go. I've probably done a bit too foamy on that number. I'll know for next time. Wake this up a bit. It's actually quite silky though for an Oatly. There we go. Single Oatly, double full fat, happy days. Okay, just cleaning the steam wand. It doesn't do that yet. So also doesn't make me a coffee when I jump out of bed, but yeah, that's it's pretty automated. It's what I wanted to try and get across to everyone here. So this is probably not a normal Bella Barista customer machine, but this can be used for anyone in a household. And added to that now, you've got this drinks recipe menu here. So anything that floats your boat, even espresso martinis, a latte macchiato, it's all here. So if I go into any one of these drinks recipes, we now know the grind adjustment for the coffee we're using is around about 21. And you can then adjust the amount of volume out really easily, and you've saved basically your favourite drink, and it's so easy. You might not be able to see this screen with the way that the camera is pointed, but you can't quite see it, so I'll come onto it. I'm just going to move and pivot this machine to show you how easy it is to move. There we go. So it's actually got rollers, this machine, so you can get to the back of the reservoir tank really easily. Yeah, the word of the day is easy. Like normal, we've just panned out a bit and we're going to do a tailor the tape to give dimensions of this machine. You've got to bear in mind it's quite a nice compact footprint unit for something that has a built-in grinder and a dual boiler machine. We're looking at probably the widest point, approximately 37.5 centimetres in width. The depth of the machine, it's actually quite shallow. It's 37.5-ish centimetres. And height, including, this is probably the most crucial number on these dimensions, is approximately 45 centimetres. The weight of the machine is about 18 kilos. It's a hefty bit of kit, but as we quite neatly went on to access the reservoir tank, you just move this lever, you've got this rollers on the machine, and then you can easily get to the res tank at the back. So the actual tray, the drip tray itself, is stainless steel. It has this nice splash guard here as well, so it captures some of the milk. Also, it helps, you know, see the insightful drip tray water as well. I think it holds approximately 1.2 litres. You've got a nice little float there as well to let you know when it's reaching a certain point. And also from a cleaning perspective as well, it's all very smooth and curved everywhere, so you can easily wipe that with a jiffy cloth to make it look super clean. Very easy to put together, and it's nice to slide back into place. Also, it's a nice little resting point with the steam when it does the auto purge. That splash guard makes sure it doesn't spray everywhere. And you have this lovely little toolkit with your accessories that can go in there. So it's a nice little cubby hole or compartment for your accessories. So at least you know where they are at any time. Again, if you're like me and you lose things. So from that perspective, the drip tray is a lovely design. Leading up to that, you can see your sight glass here with your level of your water. And you've also got a hot font or hot tap. That's where the spout is here. The steam wand is insulated. You've probably noticed there's no adjustment wheels. It's all done by this 5.7-inch flat touchscreen. You have, to make it even easier, a front-loading tray where you can put your water to top up rather than going to the back and emptying or changing out your reservoir tank. And generally the feel of it is very slick for a Sage machine. I'm used to polished stainless steel, and there is elements of metal and plastic, but overall it has a nice aesthetic. Now I want to go up to this hopper design. We might want to switch it around in the camera view as best we can. It's got a nice seal to keep the air away from the coffee as much as you can. It's got this locking mechanism to take the hopper out. This is a fabulous design, it really is. So you can then take that coffee, the hopper out with the coffee. It's easy just to grind it through before you take it out completely, but the design of the hopper is fantastic. Inside here now, as you can see on this sticker, is the new Baratza burrs in here. I believe they're the M2 burrs that's also coming out on the new Baratza grinder, the ESP Pro. And in the ESP Pro, I believe they're 40mm conical burrs. So I'm pretty sure they're the same in here. So you've got a very good set of burrs, ideal for medium dark roast coffee, which generally most people like with their milky drinks. And I love the hopper design on this machine. The auto feature here, the tamp, the dose, and the spinneret that's kind of tamping and spinning as well, distributing the coffee, is a wonderful feature. So there's a lot of people that just don't want to do the manual process, but at least you have a little bit of tactile, you know, there's touch points and it feels a little bit manual doing this process. I'm just going to move around to the other side of the machine. Actually, I'll do the lever point first. So you can see the back of the machine. It might be easy if I can come around this way. This is good. So depending on how much flex you need, you can pull that out. Your res tank, I really need to explain how good this is. First of all, you can just sit it on a surface. Believe me, that makes a hell of a difference sometimes when you're juggling more than one thing, two things at once in your kitchen. You've got an LED light here that I believe helps you see the level on the sight glass at the front of the machine of your res tank water. So that's quite a nifty feature. And we use soft filtered water, so we don't require the cartridge that comes with this machine, but I will get onto that because it's really clever what Sage have done here, Sage Breville, where they include a filter cartridge and the filter cartridge holder as all part of the package to make sure the water that you're using is soft and filtered. But yeah, I do like this design. While we're at the back of the machine, you can notice a fan. Now, I believe this is for the chip inside the machine to, obviously you've got a 5.7-inch display and there's a processor there, and things might get a little hot, especially with the grinder built in. So Sage have added this fan to keep the machine cool. I like to do decibel checks on this. I can hear it. Don't know if you can see this. I mean, when I start talking, it jumps to 74 decibels, but without, 53, 54. So it's pretty quiet. Okay, we'll go back to the front of the machine. There you go, how easy is that? The machine itself, again, is a real practical thing. It's an easy clean. Some of the tech specs that you haven't seen, there's a heating element above this group head, and also because it's a dual boiler, you can obviously brew and steam at the same time. But you've got two stainless steel boilers in here. I believe, I'm not 100% on this, it's a 950, so a 0.95 litre steam boiler, and a kind of micro 0.45 litre stainless steel brew boiler. It's got a real clever feature in here where the water for the brew actually goes through the steam boiler first, so like a heat exchange system, what I've seen similar on the VA Prima Eagles. So the water that's going into the brew boiler is already pre-warmed. So coupled with that, you've got a heating element here. So, and also the PID, the technology behind it, the brew temp consistency is going to be spot on. I have done SCASE tests with this, and the brew temp is very good when I've set it to 93. There's a few degrees variance, but even after long periods of extracting the brew water. So yeah, from my opinion, I can't really access this machine like I normally do. It's not as easy as other machines, but the technology behind it, the takeaway is stainless steel dual boilers, really efficient, really good brew temperature that allow you to brew and steam at the same time. Moving on to the packaging. I like the packaging. I would say when you first open the box, you're presented with a lot of plastic, in my opinion, for something that's £2,500. But you do get a nice, I believe it's probably about stainless steel on there, a metal finished knock box. This is obviously where the hopper would go, that we put on the machine. Your manual, very important point, you've got a water test strip there, which we'll move on to. These are all your bits, your cleaning bits. So if I start pouring them out, so that's your blanking disc. That's an Allen key, I believe, to take access to the shower screen. You've got spouts and brush, a wire cleaner there and a brush. That's to get into your spouts. And what else have we got? I believe that will be to clean the tips of your steam wand. Put them to the side. They all go into your compartments. They're nice and neatly out the way. Could be the shower screen one. Steam wand cleaner, descaler, and you've got again your espresso cleaners there. So I'll explain a little bit about the water and why this is really important that they've done this. Here is the filter that they give you. If you're in a hard water area, you can basically mark the month that you put it in. So there's a little bit of a reminder on there. And here we go. This is your holder that allows this and the cartridge easily to be able to be put in and taken out of your reservoir tank. So all in all, the accessories that come with the machine, is very generous. However, I would like a bottomless handle for £2,500. This is good, but yeah, I would like a bottomless. Hope you're listening, Sage. Somewhere there should be a milk pitcher in that box, but yeah, the accessories are really good that come with the machine. I just wanted to mention, you missed this in this video, but during the setup, you actually test your water, and there's a guide on the screen, and you can then basically say what your water hardness is, and you want to soak this for 5 minutes in some water first before you put it in your reservoir tank. It's all explained in a beautiful tutorial on the screen. But yeah, going back to the machine, Some of the little nice features in the menu, you've got an auto scheduler as well, so the machine can turn on throughout the week at different times. It's in here somewhere, there we go. And you can just then add what times you want your machine to come on. You can go even further and set the time. I won't bore you with that here. Lots of settings. I quite like the double tap when you want to just do a quick purge of the coffee, of the steam, or the water. There's probably features here that I've not come across yet, but I do like the screen. It's nice and snappy as well. But then I have to move on to a few little negatives. I started with the bottomless handle. There's part of me thinks this is a little bit fiddly, the spinner, and it's been seen on the Oracles before. I believe the Oracle name means it's a built-in grinder. That's what the Breville Oracle or the Sage Oracle means. I would very much like to see maybe, because they collab with Achaia scales, a more grind by weight technology coming out soon, or hopefully at some point. That would just be a wish list that I would like. Even though this is great, to be able to do a grind by weight would be a nice feature. The machine itself, I do think the bottomless handle would be a nice addition to the machine. Rotary pump maybe for that price point rather than a vibe pump. It has a flow meter in here, that's how it does the volumetric control. So coupled with a nice rotary pump, it's a little bit quieter in operation. It's a good probably time to just work out the decibels of the brew. Your classic vibe pump tops out at 61. I imagine the grind is a little bit louder than that, but not too far off. There's another feature in here what I wish we had more time on, as I remember, and it is the auto off. You've got 20 minutes and then it goes into like a sleep mode. So I do wish there was a little bit more time than that. On ECM machines you can go up to 90 minutes with an eco mode. So yeah, you might just want to go and get your second coffee and you have to wake it up a bit. It's not too much of a hardship, I guess, because you can just turn the machine on with your app. But yeah, overall I would say there's a little bit of inefficiency with the grind when it's learning, and it might dump out too much in the handle. And also you probably have to do purges between shots when you're adjusting the grind, so you're wasting a little bit of coffee there. And when I've been weighing the coffee shots, they're sometimes up to 21 grams, which is quite a lot of coffee. However, there's the convenience of just using this machine and it doing it for you. So there's a bit of a trade-off there. Yeah, while I'm nitpicking, as I guess a coffee snob, the grind is great. I imagine on the previous machines, I've not had much experience with them, the grind adjustment allows you to be stepless, so you can make tiny adjustments to the grind. You don't have that now. You have a display and you adjust the grind with these numbers. So it's probably not a true stepless, even though this grinder burr is capable of stepless adjustment. We don't really have it with these options. So if I just go back there to this, you know, you've got a max of 45. So you've got 45 stepped adjustments. If I'm being really picky, you know, but you're not wanting to extract a kind of fancy god shot, you're just making a great coffee that's probably better than coffee shops. So that's probably another little nitpick I've got. Yeah, but now we're going to go on to something that the little coffee geek in me does like, and you swipe up and it goes into manual mode, and this is like, yes, this is where it gets fun for me. So you might be happy making coffees at home, but the budding barista in you can go to town here, and you've got this manual mode. I'm just going to go through all of these nice little helpful pointers, and I'm going to talk you through them. But how cool is that? It looks like a car's dashboard. You've got this pre-infusion, you've got a blooming stage is what it's showing you. This is where it starts to get going for me. So we'll just come off this, finish that little guide, And I just want to show you this, look. Check out, this is a dual boiler, so I can grind, I can brew, and I can steam at the same time. That's so awesome. And I can hold this down as well, which I'll show you, and it'll go into a blooming stage as well. Let's stop all that so you can hear me talk and waffle on about it. But there's lots of options in here to, you know, really geek out on if you want to. So in manual mode, this is more closer to or akin to my heart. I'm going to go and show you like a pre-infusion and a bloom, but I've lowered the grind level to 18. Not bad. That's probably just enough depth so this tamped level and, you know, this void space or head space for the shower screen is a good sign. I'm going to use the scales. So I'm going to long press this and say I want a manual shot. 93 degrees on the brew temp is perfect. And I'm going to press it, do pre-infusion, and now long press to bloom. I'm not too sure what the needle's doing here. I guess it's just because it's on this user interface, but it'd be nice to know what the pump's doing. But then I can let go, and then it carries on the brew. So it was saturating the puck. You got that blooming time, and now you start to see the espresso happening. You know, we're up to 26 seconds, but I'm going to let this play out around about 40 grams because it was probably a 20-gram shot in there, just to see what the results are. Now, if you love this shot, you can then also save this. So you've got the ability to save that so you can reuse it the next time round. Equivalent to a Slayer shot, but we'll stop it here. So extended brew time, pre-infusion at the beginning. There we go. Oh yeah, it definitely brings out more of those kind of fruity, acidic notes in the Brazil Santo on the top there, and there's a nice clean finish. So yeah, here you can see save custom, and if you just click that button, it saves it and it can repeat it the next time around. You've also got in here nice little features where you can actually, this is something that appeals to me, you can grind by time and get the dose of coffee exactly the same every time rather than using the volumetric. And in here as well, you've got the ability to change the shot size if you want to do a single or a double. Again, the amount of volume of water, you can adjust it accordingly. It's just great. So you've got lots to play here. So the budding barista in the household, you know, they can fill their boots with this to their heart's content. And then when you are ready to steam, it's straight there. So like the how kind of foamy you want it, and also the steam temperature. And again, you can do it manually. So you probably just bring it out to this position, manually steam, manually brew to your heart's content. Actually, it will give you like a live feedback of the temperature as well, which is quite handy. So how do I wrap this machine up? I guess I have to admit I am that weird coffee guy, and when I go around to people's houses, friends and family, I just ask for, you know, tea. So does this machine do everything I want it to do? Possibly not. Some of the things I would like to explore more, the grind by weight, but I have to remember not everyone is like me, or not everyone wants a machine like me. So who is it for? I think this machine, and this is out of our kind of comfort zone of machines that we know, this has to be the most convenient machine to make coffee with a handle. So when you're busy at home, frantic in the morning, you know, getting the kids to school, all of those things, this machine is just going to take the guesswork out of it for you. If you're thinking of buying a bean to cup machine, then stop, because you're getting a nice manual touch point with this, but you've got the recipe guide, and the way that this steams milk will get that coffee and that latte tasting hotter than a Beta cup ever would. So in my opinion, Sage have accomplished their goal of making a machine that will give you that cafe quality experience at home. So it has technology that I didn't even, well, 10 years ago, I didn't even think you'd ever have this ability where the machine could walk you through making great recipes and great shots. Quite frankly, this machine is genius at making perfect shots time after time. Everyone can be a barista at home. Would the coffee geek in me buy this machine? Possibly, possibly not. I like the separate grinder, separate machine, explore and lighter roast coffees, but that's not the question here. The question is, should you buy this coffee machine? And if you want something in the morning that's going to take all the guesswork out of it for you, when your friends come round, parties, Christmas, and it will just make the coffees with no problem whatsoever, then possibly yes. So this machine gives you carefree shots time after time without any fuss. Paired with great coffee, like a single origin there, or our embankment blend, all organic, all Arabica, you're going to have wonderful results. And it's just going to be simple and easy. You have to factor in the price. So the convenience of this, then also £2,500 in the UK. So for me, it's, if you've got a real busy, hectic lifestyle, that amount of money is essentially what you're paying for. Whether you can weigh that up is a good or a bad thing, that's down to you. But yes, paired with good quality coffee, Sage, yes, you will achieve what Sage wanted, and you can make cafe quality coffee. You can make great results like that in the comfort of your own home. So there you have it, the new Sage Oracle Dual Boiler. It's been nice to review this machine. We haven't decided yet whether we'll sell this machine or not at Bella Barista. You have got lots to choose from with coffee machines out there now. We've started dipping into this more kind of broader coffee machines with like the likes of the Meraki, and I do believe the Sage has got a lot going for it. And if you have got any comments and you did like this video and you'd like to see more, please remember to like and subscribe. The subscribe is really great because it allows us to do more videos like this. So thank you, cheers, see you next time.